morning and welcome back to Fall Prevention Fridays. I never can tell if this thing starts, so sorry. Let's see if it's going. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna get started with Fall Prevention Fridays. I hope a few of you join me again. My name is Jessica Henry. I'm an occupational therapist and co-founder of Healthcare Straight Up. Last week we talked kind of about what fall prevention is, and this week, we had a couple people say that we're going to get started with their fall prevention plans. So I wanted to give a couple of tips and tricks and ways to get started pretty easily, okay? So we're going to jump right in. The first trick and the first tip that we're going to go over is not letting yourself just give up on a bad day. So we all have bad days. We all have days where we don't want to exercise, where we don't really want to do anything, and that's fine. That is absolutely not the case to stop a fall prevention program or stop a diet, stop an exercise, stop whatever you're doing. It just means that you're having a bad day, that you're human, not a big deal. So always remembering that you can always just pick back up the next day and you don't need to, oh my gosh, I have to wait till the next month or the next week or the next new year to start over again. Not the case. Always just pick back up the next day or give it your best effort when you get some more time. Giving yourself grace, giving yourself time, what we all need to do, okay? So that's the first one. The second one is definitely having an accountability partner. I know I already made a comment about this last week, but it is so serious. You need to have someone to help you be accountable and to help you figure out what the heck you're doing. So you might want to partner with someone who already does a walking program or already does a fall prevention program or a therapist who knows what they're talking about so that you can get some good advice. It doesn't matter who you partner with, make sure that that person is going to hold you accountable and keep you on track. Okay, so that's 2 tips really quick. And then another tip that we're gonna talk about is trying to work things into your daily routine. So this doesn't mean that you have to, okay, now I have to carve out time in my day to be able to do a walking program or, where am I gonna fit this in? So if you already have something that you enjoy doing, like watching the evening news or, you drink your morning coffee, try to work in something like a sit to stand. So try to work in, pushing up from the chair and standing up 5 times in a row while you're on the commercial break, or try to do it without hands 3 times while you're waiting for your coffee. Do different things that you can just work into your routine that already happens. So that way you don't feel like you're trying to overwhelm yourself with, now I've got to do walking, now I've got to do exercise, now I've got to do all these things. So just try to work it into your regular everyday routine. So those are our top 3 tips to get started. Now I'm going to give you a couple of examples. So I am going to stand up and move back, so hopefully you can hear me. Going back to what I talked about last week, the 3 main parts of a fall prevention program: walking, standing balance, and standing exercise, okay? So the first one is a walking program. Start with 5 minutes. Do not feel like you need to do something crazy and, oh my gosh, I've got to get into this whole big walking habit. Don't feel like you have to do tons and tons, just do what you can. Especially if you're like me and you live in Florida, it is really hot lately. So I've actually been walking on the treadmill at the gym. You can actually go to most Medicare covers either a gym membership or Silver Sneakers, or I think the malls are opening back up now. So there's a couple different places that you can go and do some walking, or you can walk in your house. Set a timer, walk around consistently for 5 minutes. Start there, see what happens, and see if you can stick to it. So that's for walking. So then we're gonna do standing exercises. So I'm only gonna give you one real quick. Let's see if you can see actually. So I've got something to hold on to here. I hope you guys can hear me from back there. I'll move it forward a little bit. So this first one that we're gonna do is just a marching in place. I'm gonna start holding on. I've got a wall next to me in case you're worried about your balance. So it would just be like this, just a march in place. You're going to start with 10 on each side. If you can, you're going to try to let go. But if you feel like you can't, then don't worry about that. This is day 1. This is the beginning. We're not in a rush. So after we've done I didn't count, so about 10 or so, we might rest. If you have a blood pressure cuff or you want to check your heart rate, if you can do it manually, you can also use your blood pressure cuff to check your heart rate. You can check that. Then you're going to do it again, okay? So you would just do a couple times. And like I said, you can do this while you're waiting for your coffee. You can do this in the middle of the day when you're bored. So after you've done a few, you might even try to let go. You know, I've got a lot of safety here, so I'm okay. And then for your standing balance activity, my favorite and the easiest one is standing on one leg. So I'm still gonna hold on. I've still got the wall here. I can even hold on to both if I were to need it. You're gonna start with one leg. So my goal is to let go, but if I feel like I need to hold on to, I'm gonna stay holding on to it. So if I let go, I'm gonna try to get to 10 seconds. If I feel wobbly, you know, that's the other reason why I'm here. So I can hold on to if I need it. I don't want to fall, that's not the goal. The goal is to get stronger in our ankle so we can support ourselves, okay? So that's one side, and then the other, okay? So I'm right here, I'm gonna try to count, hold on for about 10 seconds. If I can't do it, if I need to put my foot down, I take a break, I take a second, I take a breath, and I try it again, okay? So these are super simple ones. I'm going through them quick because this should not be something that stresses you out. This should not be something that you worry about because we're just adding in a couple little things, okay? So I hope you find that helpful. If you are working on your balance and you want to track these things, we've just come up with just a quick printable to help you track your walking, your standing balance, and your exercise, and has a couple little tips and tricks on there, and you can get that at www.healthcarestraightup.com. So swing on over there and get your free printable. So hope you enjoyed this. See ya.